Marty, as we prepare for the only London derby in terms of the only opposition in the Championship this season, firstly, what's the mood like within the camp? Because normally I would know that answer after a defeat, but there were certainly positives that you can take from the manner of the performance and display against Premier League Crystal Palace.
Yeah, I would say that the feeling immediately after the game was sadness, was disappointment, because at the end we lost a football game. We really wanted to go through in the cup, and we were not happy about the final result. I think that over the days we realized that we did some good things that I would say is a game that will help us as well to keep believing on even more on what we are doing. We had a game against Sheffield Wednesday was especially challenging in terms of our build-up against a high press. Crystal Palace is one of the best teams in terms of high press on the Premier League over last season. This season they are starting as well with the same trend, and I would say that we got good moments on how to beat a high press against a very good side. So all the credit to them. Our feeling as well is that we conceded 2 cheap goals according to our standards, and that was a bit the frustration. But yeah, we know as well we got good periods that we push as much as we could, and the feeling is that hopefully it's a game that will help us to keep on improving.
Were there elements of what you worked on post Sheffield Wednesday to improve that you were pleased with against Palace?
The build-up, the braveness, the braveness about we want to play that way because we really think that it's going to give us a lot of points, a lot of victories over time that help us to establish high on the pitch, to build longer sequences, and definitely was a big improvement in just a few days. Sometimes football it depends a lot of factors, but sometimes it's just about clicking on certain details. And the details that perhaps we missed against Sheffield, especially in the first half, were done at much higher level against Crystal Palace once again on the second half, and I'm pleased about that. I see the players, they understand, they believe what we do things, and when the moment that a player starts to understand the game, in my opinion, is a game changer.
I know you place a lot of importance on relationships on the pitch between players. How do you feel that that's working in terms of the new players that have come in? Because, like you said earlier, it's not a game of FIFA. They need time to develop, etc. How do you feel that is working?
It's work in progress. Again, every human being, every player is different. So some of them will take perhaps more time because of several reasons. Even if it's language or just very different football culture they come from. Whatever is the reason, some of them click faster than others. I'm pleased is to see that there is a foundation of players like Steve Cook, like Jake, like Jimmy. Like there are some players that are making efforts to make sure that this process is as smooth and as fast as we can, because they are aware that we got some good players, and all that they need is just to adapt to the English football. So I'm pleased to see these relations are growing on and off the pitch. And yeah, slowly in the training ground, we believe that it's getting better. But then I'm aware that the reality it happens every weekend on the game day, and then it's pressure, and then it's about the result, and we know that. But I need to make sure that I focus on the performance, and in that sense, I see that we are, in my opinion, in the right track.
How do you feel about derbies?
Exciting. I know that it means a lot for the supporters. It means a lot as well for the players. The tension on those games usually as well is a bit of a special. Have good experience on playing derbies, especially in Sweden. Stockholm is a big thing. So we play in front of 50,000, the derbies against OIK, and it's a lot of, I would say, tension during the week and big headlines about these games. So yeah, it's not new for me, but in that case, I think that for me it's just fun and it brings more passion to the game. Then we need to be aware that we need to be as well smart during the games, that this passion, this tension, that a little bit extra that it happens on those games, that it's just part of the game, but we play our football, and our football we need to think and we need to be smart.
How important is it that your players understand the importance of a derby fixture? I know last season you brought club ambassador Andy Sinton in to speak with your players ahead of our home game against Millwall. Obviously there's a lot of new players, a lot of players from abroad who won't and wouldn't be expected to understand that derby nature. How important is it from your perspective that they do?
It's a part of definitely the preparation. I think that we got a week with 2 London derbies against Crystal Palace, even though they are Premier League, it was as well one derby. I'm aware that this one, because it's Championship, because both clubs, QPR and Millwall, have been quite established at championship level over the last seasons. It makes it perhaps even closer as a derby. We know that it means a lot for the supporters, and that's why, not only because of the football side of Millwall, we know the way they want to play football, but as well because of this emotional part. It's a part of definitely the preparation, and we have been talking about and small details on how to be ready for that.
How do you combat how they want to play the game?
Being ourselves, being aware that it's going to be a game where they're going to probably try to be physical, that they want to attack the way they do, that they are extremely good on set pieces, that they are very well organized defensively. Out of possession, they're doing a great job. They're one of the best teams in terms of creating chances this season so far. So they got some games that they really were very, very dominant. And yeah, we need to be aware about this. But the focus is always the same. It's about having huge respect for the opposition, but focusing in ourselves on how we want to play football. The preparation has been about what is the best way to attack the structure, how is the best way to defend the way they want to attack. And for us, it's mostly about what do we do, what we want to do, because we want to be a team that is proactive in our approach to the games. And
in terms of team news, Jake Clark-Salter, Morgan Fox, Liam Morrison from the back line have been out recently. Ilias Chair has been out, and Jack Colback sat out midweek. What can you tell us regarding those players? Yeah, a bit unfortunate situation, because it's more than what we would like to have, but yeah, that's the reality. Sometimes it happens. Jake has been training really well, feeling good, so I'm sure that he will be ready for the game tomorrow. Yeah, Ilias Chair has been for first time training with the team and doing so well, with happy faces. I'm sure that he would like to play already tomorrow. But yeah, I think that it's a positive progress, the one that together with the medical, the performance team, they are doing. And yeah, as I said, I'm sure that at least one or two will be ready for tomorrow's game. And just finally, the QPR supporters were in full voice, particularly during the second half at 1-1 when we were pushing to take the lead against Crystal Palace. How keen are you to give them something to shout about on Saturday? Yeah, brilliant atmosphere. And the second half was a joy to feel this connection that I've been speaking before about with the team. I think the team really appreciates, and when the supporters push as much as they did, it's a big push for us. It's a big help for us in the pitch. So looking forward to see if we can experience the same. I'm aware that we are the ones that we need to play good football to encourage them. That hopefully then they can give us that extra, but we are the ones that we need to play good football the way that QPR wants to play football, and create that atmosphere that help us to win football games.